Hi Scorpio, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence. Welcome in if you're new to the channel, and welcome back if you're a subscriber. This is a weekly reading for August 30th through September 5th. We are in the second week of Virgo season. And Scorpio, I have to say, I like the week. It's got a nice sort of slow and soulful feeling. I just dropped a couple cards, so I'm gonna pick them up. It's got a slow, soulful feeling, so I think it's just one of those weeks where we can kind of take our time in Virgo season to do the things we need to do. We have Mercury in Libra, and that will help us to get some clarity and make decisions on things. And so yeah, I like the energy this week. And then we're gonna have a new moon in Virgo, but that's not until the following Monday. All right, so take it easy a little bit this week, I think. Here we go. I am shuffling now for you The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And we're going to use the same deck we used last week because I'm vibing with it. And that's the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Meltstein. I just love the surreal nature of these decks, and I can just see a lot in them. So let's get one for you. Wisdom of the Oracle. Today we are going to do one Oracle card. I'm going to read it for you, and then I'm going to do the 9-card spread, go horizontal, vertical, and all the way around. All right, so there we go. Fates. Look at you, Scorpio. Fates. That's a big card. I got that for another sign. It is a big card, and I love it. All right, so let's do this. Let's sit down and settle in. Settle in with me, all right, Scorpio? Take 3 deep cleansing breaths just because it feels good. It brings down the stress, right? The cortisol helps you relax. Drop your shoulders, relax your spine. Helps you get grounded. Feels really good. Gets you in a nice state of synergy. In a good mind space, right? All right. I have already shuffled these cards many, many times before turning on the camera, but I am doing a little bit more for you on camera. And that one wants to pop, so we'll take it and cut the deck. All right, Scorpio, how you been? Leave me some comments if you would like to tell me about yourself, introduce yourself to me. I would love to get to know all of you. All right. I have to say too, thank you so much to any and all of you that have already subscribed, and if you haven't yet, I hope that you will subscribe today. Please do like and share also if you like it. All right, I appreciate that. All right, guys, we have the 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and I'm going to show you each and every one of these cards. The King of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. The 2 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Fool. All right. Very big week, it seems like, though it's quiet and internalized with the Virgo energy and the Cancer moon. It's also really important, I think, for us internally. We are processing about what we are changing in our lives, or we're trying to learn how to adjust to all the changes that we kind of figured out that we needed to make, or that have happened and that we had to make during Leo season. And now in Virgo season, it's about figuring out how to do the schedules and get the details done and start moving things forward, you know, in physical form. So that's a good thing. All right, let's read for you, Scorpio, the Fates, number 17. The Fates. This is about destiny, really. Your purpose. And about the things you can and cannot control, right? Okay. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over, right? The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experience may be fated, preordained by Spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in that prayer. So when it comes to the people in our lives, we can't change them. When it comes to things that happen, you know, force of nature kind of stuff, we can't really control any of that. What we can do is accept them, radically accept, stand in the right now and say, this is what it is, right? Because then we're empowered to make the choices that we need to make in order to adjust to whatever situation we're in, right? On the bottom of the deck, I see the Three of Swords, then the Hermit card, and the Knight of Cups. This is someone who is healing from past wounds, internal things that have been bothering you, but that you don't necessarily talk about with the Hermit card. And now that it is Virgo season, which is the Hermit card, it's time to kind of go inward in the quiet, in the stillness of this week's energy, with a void of course moon early in the week, I think, and then like 3 days of moon in Cancer. Right? It's a very emotional thing, and we do a lot of healing during that time. And in Virgo season, it is about healing. It's about getting really real with ourselves, real with our feelings, real with the things that are going on in our lives. It's when we take care of every little thing in our lives, right? Remembering to feed the dog and packing kids' lunches, doing a workout, all of the daily routines that we do to kind of maintain the life that we're living. But sometimes we have to just stop and take some time to ourselves to think about how we feel and why. This under the deck is usually what has been happening inside on a more subconscious level, although it's usually, because it's just in the past, it's usually something that's surfacing. It's surfacing so that you can work with it. So you're working on healing in this season. And the Knight of Cups, I mean, her heart, it's a big heart right there that she's holding on to, but it's out. It's open, right? Open-heartedness. Honestly, I think you're being there for yourself. This is self-care. This is when you take care of what you need, right? Okay, so that's happening under the deck. And the Fates is just saying, you know, you can get through any changes, you can, and just adjust by having the courage to stay curious. And when you stay curious, then, you know, you can learn as you go, right? Okay, let's do this. Cross. Four of Pentacles, because something inside, you know, you've kept sort of held in, is something that you don't want to do anymore. You want to kind of bust out of that restriction. And I think it's been a self-restriction, probably from when you were a child with the Page of Pentacles, but it's certainly something that you're learning to do now. It's like, I have new information and I'm going to care about myself a little bit more, or with a little bit more time and attention. You know, maybe I haven't paid attention to that. I've locked it away behind fences, the fences inside of myself. And it's time to kind of water that and let it grow into what it's trying to be. There's something inside that needs to be worked with. And this is helping you learn your way through it, right? Acceptance. That's why I said radical acceptance when I looked at this. And the next line says it all. In the center of your reading today is the Six of Pentacles. Above all, you are trying to get into a state of balance. And when we get there, we are able to easily share and care with others. When we're caring for ourselves and respecting ourselves, you know, we're good. We walk around feeling good. We're good with ourselves. So we're good with everybody else. It's kind of like that, you know? And this card really represents generosity of spirit, right? That's when we're generous in real life. That's when we're caring. When we have a generosity of spirit. But spirit starts from within, right? So it's like, first you have to put that oxygen mask on your face. Pardon my froggy throat. Okay, so King of Swords, Six of Pentacles. You've made a decision that you care very much about the people in your life. And because you want to be there for them, I think you have a deep knowing now that you have to free yourself from this, whatever it's been for you. And learn how to do it differently and see yourself in a new way. And give yourself the benefit of the doubt. I think so. I don't know whether or not you've been criticizing yourself, but you're definitely taking a stand. There's something you want to say or show that maybe you haven't before. It feels new. You know, it feels new. So making the decision to have that generosity of spirit really opens up potential for you. So you stand, or in this picture, you sit on the rooftop looking up at the moon and saying, what's next? The Two of Wands. Prospecting for a new path, a new way of moving your life forward to something that really excites you, right? It's all of us walking through life either like automatons, kind of on automatic, right? Like, have you ever driven to work or driven home from work and then when you park the car and you realize you don't even remember driving. It was so automatic. We do that. We walk through life very often that way. And we don't realize we're doing it. And we get to the point where at some point we stop and say, wait a minute, I'm on autopilot way too often. What do I really want? She's holding the world in her own hands. So she has empowered herself to get a higher perspective and ask herself what she wants. And, you know, he or she, no matter who you are. You're asking yourself what you want, what you can still learn to do, or what you can now make a new effort to allow yourself or to allow others to share with you. This is very much about sharing with the people in your life. So if you've been very closed off, especially if it's been a relationship, you know, if a husband and wife, you know, are closed off to each other, they barely talk, they're doing different things at different times, they're like ships passing in the night. And, you know, I think that somewhere along the way, someone's making the decision. The King of Swords is a decision, absolutely, to take action, to be more generous of spirit, to share your life more, to share your days, your thoughts, your moments, to actually create moments with the people in your life. That's the road you want to go down. It looks to me, because the Two of Cups, because you love the person in your life, you love them, and there's so many things inside of you that you just haven't shared, that you haven't said, that you haven't allowed yourself to say or do or be. And it feels risky with the Fool. It feels like if I said that, or if I told somebody I wanted to do that or be that, they would think I was a fool, right? Kind of like that. It feels dangerous to be brave enough to reinvent ourselves in one way or another. And when I say that, I'm really just saying there is so much of life to experience. And we can revisit how angry or bitter we are because we lost out on this opportunity or didn't get to realize this dream. And we end up hurting ourselves, our own heart, because we keep forgetting tomorrow's another day and I can choose differently. This card, yes, you want the serenity to accept what you cannot change. What you cannot change is the past, right? But the courage to accept what you can change, the now, Virgo season. Where do you stand? Where do you sit with yourself? And what do you want? And the wisdom to know the difference. When you have wisdom, you have your heart open. And you realize that's the stuff of life. That's what you were meant to do and be and live. To love and be loved. That is so beautiful. All right, down the vertical, Four of Pentacles. You're not holding back. You don't want to. I think you've made the decision. You've seen the wisdom in that statement, right? You love your people, whomever this is about. And staying like this, you know, not standing up, not breaking through, not taking a stand on what you really want, not saying it, knowing yourself well enough to know it would make you happier. But not saying it or doing it, it's just not ever gonna feel better. I'm sorry to say. Nothing changes until you change something. You can't change anyone else. So all you can change is how you think about it, how you feel, right? That's all you can change. Page of Pentacles. You're ready to learn a new way, to invest in something new, to spend more time watering a new bush in a garden, right? Planting new seeds in your life. Choosing a new path. Going somewhere new. Taking a risk. Taking a trip. Taking an inner journey to inner space. And this week with Moon in Cancer, you just might do that. So, the serenity to accept the things you can't change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All of that is right here in your subconscious, asking you to open your heart. Your heart's so big it can't even fit in your body, really. Same with your soul. And there's something inside of you that realizes all you really want is connection. Scorpio, that's it. Not obsession, no, not oppression, not suppression, not repression. You want connection. And you just want to give and be given love. You want to love and be loved. And I think that that is the greatest wisdom of all. So, go Scorpio! I want to wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude every single day this week. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I appreciate your like, share, and subscribe. And please comment. I would love to hear from you. Please introduce yourself to me. All right? I'm Spence, and I'll talk to you again next week. Thanks. Bye.